It feels like the end of an era. And we all have dreams in our lives, whether it's personal, whether it's work-related, to do with our family. And we all have dreams when it comes to the sports teams that we follow. And I am trying to not allow myself to get carried away with what I'm seeing. And I keep hearing this notion that Ineos and Manchester United have done nothing yet. They have made no decisions that are going to improve Man United. No real progress has been made. But if I'm being honest with you, I think this is maybe the single biggest piece of BS I have heard in a very, very long time indeed. Manchester United are making progress. They are conducting decisions, and so much of it is behind the scenes. So much of it is infrastructure. So much of it is to help address the culture and the lack of identity that we have. And I'm starting to get so excited about the future of my football club again. And we haven't even signed a player yet. Dreams really do look like they could come true for me here. Hit the like and the share button. Make sure you are subscribing. And I know there's going to be some salty comments. I know there's going to be some proper salty comments. We're a minute and a half in. Hopium, copium, nice one. Terry believes. You know, there's going to be loads of people calling this out. But I guarantee there's very few comments breaking down what I'm going to say. Breaking down and then analysing what I'm going to say. First of all, the news has just come out that Man United plan to add the go-ahead Eagle, René Hake, to their coaching staff next season. Van Nistelrooy is also expected to be joining. And this is really, really key, Manchester United fans. It really, really is key. And United fans should be thinking about this in a big way. We're also at the point where we're probably going to see Van der Gaal, Steve McLaren and Benny McCarthy also leave the football club. Manchester United, Ineos, of course, in conversations with Ten Hag about a new deal. We all believe that new deal is going to be retitling his job from manager to head coach, and will be stripping out a number of responsibilities and or powers that he currently has at the club, picking his coaching staff, having the veto on transfers, and essentially being able to build the club's ideology within his own image. Manchester United want to build a consistent structure throughout the club. And that is what we appear to be doing. And you look at Ruud van Nistelrooy, you look at René Hake, two current managers that play a good brand of football, coming into a club to support their fellow countrymen. It tells me, or it indicates to me, it implies that we want to build a footballing identity on the pitch. How you do that is by essentially bringing in the right managers, the right coaches that view football in a particular way. Now, there are some head coaches who pick their own coaching staff and they do well. But there are also others who I think they foul at a club, they move to a new club, they bring the same people with them again. And then they go to another club and they bring the same people with them again. And there is a train of thought to suggest, well, maybe some additions, maybe some changes. Maybe working with the football club you're at, taking that feedback that your defensive coach isn't good enough. Your set-piece coach isn't up to standard. Your physio is awful. I know they're your friends and I know you've worked with them for years and you trust them. But sometimes you've got to be objective. And Manchester United have done that. And when I say dreams could be coming true, where I feel like they're starting to happen for me personally, Berardi quit his job at Manchester City for Man United to be our new CEO. Dan Ashworth has quit his job at Newcastle to join Man United. He's even taken Newcastle to court. He wants to be here. Gary O'Driscoll quit his job at Arsenal for Manchester United. Jason Wilcock quit his club at Southampton and turned down other clubs for Man United. Ruud van Nistelrooy has turned down the chance to be the Burnley manager, to be the assistant manager at Man United. And now René Hake is quitting his job as a manager to become a coach at Manchester United. So when I hear people say that United are doing nothing to improve their structure, Ineos have done nothing yet, you're wrong. And you're wrong because too many media pundits, and I'll get onto the media in a minute, and too many Man United fans still have this weird belief that just bring in a top-class manager by name. That'll fix us. A couple of ballers, we're ready to go. It's never been the case. The only element so far that Ineos, the action Ineos have taken that I disagreed with personally was the keeping of Ten Hag. But as ever, I've said from the beginning of that process, I will remain objective. And I'd remain objective because I trust the vast majority of what they're doing. I look at this here. Look how many football decision makers the club is now going to have. And look how many have been installed by the new ownership to help support Erik Ten Hag. The one challenge, which I never disagreed with, I had a different view, but let me rephrase that. The one challenge that I thought held water, I disagreed with it being the best option, but it wasn't a bad option, is that Ten Hag could potentially cook with the structure around him. Now, the proof still remains to be seen in that. But changing the coaching staff to individuals that have been managers, bringing in the likes of Wilcott, Driscoll, Ashworth, Barada, key football decision makers, better medical decisions, who all have a very good pedigree of building winning cultures, successful cultures. We're talking pound for pound success here as well, because it's all relative. I like this. I like the direction that we're going in. And I'm very aware, we're 6.5 minutes in now, and somebody might say Terry's just going for confirmation bias. There is a chance this is confirmation bias. I've said for years the manager wasn't the biggest issue. I know right now you'll get, but you wanted Ten Hag sacked. Yes, I felt that everything needed to go. Majority of the squad, managers, coaches, recruitment, all the key decision makers. The only person who isn't being moved on, the deadwood's starting to be cleared out. They're working on deals for that. The coaching staff's going. The only element that's staying is the head coach. But everything else that I thought was needed has happened. So I'm not one of these sort of people that will go, I'm against Ineos. They're doing it wrong because they haven't done everything I've said. I'm not that arrogant. But what I've always believed is that what we needed to do more so than anything else was clear out so much of the junk structurally first. When there is a better structure, when we start playing a brand of football that matches the players that we're buying and matches the players that we're trying to keep, and we implement that style, win, lose or draw, injuries or no injuries, we will improve. What you then need alongside that is good quality football decision makers, a quality culture, a conducive culture that enables chemistry, that is a breeding ground for success, that isn't toxic, that isn't nasty, that isn't sort of self-serving and full of individuals looking out for their own backs, where commercial decisions are key, as in sort of we're already hearing stories about the naming rights being sold. I'm fine with that if it generates income that is then used to make us the best football team in the world. What Manchester United have done for the best part of a decade is create loads of money. Yes, we've hemorrhaged loads, but there was never any plan really to be the best team in the world. If it happened by chance, we're going to throw a load of money at it. If we win the league, oh my God, it's a bonus. But as long as that income maintains itself, there was never going to be any real key fundamental changes at Manchester United. And we're starting to see that now. So the United fans who are feeling positive, listen, rivals are going to hate all of this. They're going to say that, well, until a ball gets kicked, I'm not going to believe it. And that's a fair point. If they say it's bad what we're doing, they'll get them to detail why. Most will not be able to do it. I remain conservative over the sense of I'm not getting carried away with how good we're going to be next season or the year after. I still want to see us play some ball, but so far, so good. There's very little else that can be done until this point, but I think we're doing it in the right order. We are building the structure and the foundation first before we start adding in the furniture and the wallpaper. There is no point going to the store and buying a 3-piece suite, ordering the wallpaper, getting the new flat screen TV, if you haven't even cleared off the rubble from the previous wreck that you've knocked down. And Man United are going about this in the right way. I'm excited. It feels like the end of one and the beginning of a new era for my club. And that's, I don't care about, it's ending this club's era, ending that club. This is about Man United. And I'm so excited about what it is that we are looking to do. But as ever, I want to get your views and I want to get your opinions on this, ladies and gentlemen. New coaching staff, new medical team, new recruiters, new key football decision makers, and the big ethos being on fixing a poor working environment and a horrible, horrendous, toxic culture at the club as the base to build a conducive style of football that hopefully yields more wins and in the medium to long term gets Manchester United back up near the top of the pyramid, hopefully the very top of that footballing pyramid. I want your thoughts and I want your feelings in the comment section below. Until next time, people, take care. Goodbye, God bless, and I'll see you all soon. Peace.